Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Virgo Sun and a Sagittarius Ascendant in a natal chart. Now, these signs are square by sign, and they are very strongly opposed in terms of their general nature. They're both mutable and adaptable. That's what they have in common. However, Virgo tends to be cynical and a little bit pessimistic, private, introverted. It is a feminine astrological sign, while Sagittarius is a masculine astrological sign, and it's more extroverted, gregarious, it's more upbeat, expansive. A Virgo tends to be more private. Sagittarius likes to be outgoing and gregarious, and can be very enamored with the outdoors. And really, they are strongly different. There is a big disparity between these two signs. Now, this could be somebody. Virgo Sun on the negative side can be somewhat critical and judgmental, and the thing is, having Sagittarius Ascendant, the critical remarks, if they're made, they could come out in a very big Sagittarius way, in a very blunt and outspoken manner. While Virgo Sun generally tends to be tactful and diplomatic, the Sagittarius rising or Ascendant will modify this to some degree. On the other side of the coin, having Sagittarius rising, the person is apt to be a little bit less critical than the typical Virgo Sun. Now, when you look at the Sun and the Ascendant, the Sun sign in our charts represents our basic wants, while the rising sign or Ascendant can be the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So, for Virgo Sun, the basic wants can be connected with things that are work-related, health-related, industry, just generally being industrious, things that are connected with about analyzing, organization, being meticulous, and things where they feel a lot of times they have to be like a perfectionist or at least very close to it. Now, with Sagittarius Ascendant, these things they may try to attain these things with a lot of exuberance and being very expansive and optimism and a lot of enthusiasm, as opposed to the average Sun and Virgo person. And these things, the Virgo basic wants may be attained perhaps through a Sagittarian-like vocation or field, such as it could be with sports. This combination to me seems like could be like a sports like prognosticator, somebody that does makes predictions, because you have that Virgo analytical side, the part that can analyze and take data and analyze it, and then with the Sagittarius rising vision. And I think when you incorporate that, that's a possibility you can have, which would work very well with this combination. The Virgo basic wants may also come out through perhaps through philosophy, or maybe a religious field, such as being in theology, something perhaps connected with science, which could be a wide divergence of things such as chemist or a biologist, perhaps something with publishing and editing, even, because you have the Virgo Sun ability to scrutinize details, and you have Sagittarius rising can be strongly interested in things that are connected with publishing. Well, anyway, people, it's important to look at the aspect that is made between the Virgo Sun and the Sagittarius Ascendant. Now, in many cases, you will have the square aspect, which is adverse, and these signs, of course, are square by sign, but if you have the square aspect, this could kind of maybe, let's say, exacerbate, it can intensify perhaps the inability a lot to integrate these energies. Now, let's say somebody had the Virgo Sun at 7 degrees and a Sagittarius Ascendant at 10 degrees. This would form a square aspect, which is adverse, which could cause perhaps some tension an exasperation in the person, even if they're not cognizant of their astrological placements, due to the fact what they're projecting outwardly may be strongly different than what is going on inside, and they may feel at times misconstrued or misunderstood by others as a result. Now, actually, you could have two positive out of sign major aspects take place as well. Now you could have a trine out of sign trine aspect take place. Let's say that the Virgo Sun is 1 degree and the person has a Sagittarius Ascendant at 29 degrees. That would form an out of sign trine aspect, which is auspicious and positive. And you could get a good positive, a little better positive blending of these energies, even though they are still in conflict by sign, because you have the positive aspect. This will help perhaps integrate these energies a little bit better. Now, you could also have an out of sign sextile aspect take place. Let's say you have the Virgo Sun at 28 degrees, Sagittarius Ascendant at 2 degrees. That would form an out of sign sextile aspect, which would also be auspicious and positive. And you could have, like the trine, have a better integration of this energy as opposed to not having a positive aspect. So anyway, it's important to look at the house that the Sun in Virgo resides in. Now, let's say that the Sun in Virgo, because if you look at it now, even though the Sagittarius Ascendant may strongly suppress the Virgo Sun energy, the Virgo Sun energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house. Now, let's say the Sun in Virgo is posited in the 9th house. Well, you could even get a little bit more of a Sagittarius type flavor to this because the 9th house corresponds with Sagittarius. And this person might put a lot of that Virgo analysis, that meticulousness in matters connected with philosophy, religion, and in-laws, if applicable. On the negative side, this could be a person that might be a little bit judgmental and critical of their in-laws because of this placement. Now, let's say the Sun in Virgo is posited in the 10th house. Well, the 10th house being an angular house, the Sun in Virgo may come out a little bit stronger than otherwise indicated with this combination. Now, because it is an angular house, and this person, the Virgo energy may come out strongly in matters pertaining to the career, public image, and reputation in matters connected with authority figures. And you might see this real scrupulous, this real meticulous type Virgo nature come out in matters connected with that. So let's say the Sun in Virgo is posited in the 11th house. Now you might see this Virgo energy come out strongly in matters pertaining to friends, acquaintances, aspirations, and goals. And Virgo Sun can be somewhat premeditative, so you might see this person show that planning ahead a lot in matters connected with this. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Virgo and a Sagittarius Ascendant in the natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having a Virgo Sun and a Capricorn Ascendant in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.